Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Codex Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my usual co-hosts, Tim Morse and Uncle Gary.
Hello.
Hello.
Today, we are reviewing Superman Speeding Bullets. Tim's got it right there. It's a story he's mentioned to me quite a bit. Years ago I read it, and now we will finally be reviewing it. And as usual, we'll be having a lot of comic book news today. We'll be having our works, Viewing Insanity, Random Panel of the Week. Our second time, we'll be having the segment of Right or Wrong. This time will be me with the statements. And of course, we'll be having the F list before we get on to that Superman Speeding Bullets review. So, let's get us started with the news and the rundown. The big news this week is that it was announced that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Dr. Doom in the new Fantastic Four movie that is set to come out July 25th of 2025. Also, we saw a trailer for the Creature Commandos show. There was San Diego Comic-Con, and there was quite a few series that were announced. There will be a TVA comic book series for don't think TV show. Comic book series of TVA, West Coast Avengers, a female Deadpool who was set to be Ellie Camacho. She actually will be joining the Deadpool. That's not a new series. That's more of a new character. But another new series is Spider-Girl will be joining. So they announced some new characters, new series. And it was set that other news was that Adamantium is set to make its debut in the MCU in the new Captain America movie. So still gotta wait till around Valentine's Day. And then also one thing that came up a little before the show got started was at San Diego Comic-Con, there was a big arrest, and there was 14 arrests and 10 people rescued in a human trafficking. There was human trafficking that was set to go on there, and they were busted. Good. Lock those pieces of trash up.
Yep. Clean the trash up. Throw it in a dank cell and let them stew in there for a while.
Yes.
Spit on them. Okay, I'll try not to be so mean.
No, you need to be mean to these people because
they're assholes. They get their day in court, and after that they can rot in jail for what they human trafficking is one of the most vile things you can do to another person.
So, it truly is.
Taking advantage of the weak and the defenseless. Scumbags.
They truly are. I don't think there's actually any words to truly say just how bad and what scumbags that they truly are. But I am glad to report that a lot of them, that 14 of them were busted, they were arrested, and 10 people were rescued, including many young ladies, and one of them was even 16 years old.
Jeez.
With the youngest.
Yeah. Well, hopefully their future is a lot brighter now that they've gotten out of that.
Yeah.
That they can move on and try to put that crap behind them.
Well, here, let's just go ahead and go into that right now, Sonny, unless you got other news to report before we get started.
That is good. I'm fine with you going on, reading more details about that.
First off, let's give a big shine here to Mr. Mike Harbour himself. He says,
"Thank
you all for the support, guys. He loves all of us. If you missed the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen, some things were said, and Gary, I'll let you give a brief overview of that if you want to.
Mike, I know you weren't here earlier, but I just wanted to know, I let the folks know that your sister was taken from this world in a senseless act of violence and a carjacking where she was run over by the assailant. The piece of crap is locked up. He's caught. But the world, you lost somebody very important to you, your sibling that I know you loved very much. She was a wife, a mother of 4, a grandmother of 8, taken out of this world by a senseless act of violence. And we all love you tremendously. The people on this station did. So there was chat where people were reaching out to you in the pre-show. And I know the pre-show doesn't always stay, in the archives with this show, but so you didn't get to hear it. But pretty much everybody on in the chat was giving you love. People that have already reached out to you. All the hosts here at Codex have reached out to you. I know either through Facebook or through me that I've been a proxy for you. And Sonny and Tim were just here to tell you that they are here for you in any way, shape, or form. But we all love you, brother. And there are many, many thoughts and prayers and positive energy coming to you and your family to get through this stuff. And my brother, I said this before, we don't share a single strand of DNA, but God damn it, you are my brother. You are my brother, and I love you. I love you, I love you more than I'll ever be able to express. And my heart is broken for you and your family. And I know you've been the hell of a man. You have stepped up and you have helped your brother-in-law these past few days, and you've helped set the arrangements and everything else. And I know you are a rock of that family. You are there for your mother who has had a stroke and is ailing, and that you had to be the one to break the news to her. And I just want you to know, man, it takes a hell of a man to do everything you have and to keep it together. And I have nothing but love and much respect for you, my brother, and always will. So I love you, my brother.
100%. All right. Sonny, you ready to get into some news?
Okay. So Tim, were you pulling up that info about the San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah. So this is from the Hollywood Reporter. Sonny just put this up a little bit ago, like a couple of minutes before we went live. And this is written by Carly Thomas. It says law enforcement officials said 10 victims were recovered during the operation at San Diego Comic-Con. 14 people were arrested in a Comic-Con human trafficking sting. Let me go into this a little bit. So it says 14 people were arrested and 10 victims were recovered in a human trafficking sting during Comic-Con over the weekend. The operation to recover victims of I don't know how YouTube feels about this, but I really don't care. Sex trafficking and targeting sex buyers using the San Diego Convention was initiated from July 25th through the 27th. And it goes on to talk about what human traffickers do, what they look for, and all that stuff. Head over to Hollywood Reporter and check out the article if you want to. But Sonny, you said how many people were rescued?
10
people, including people underage. So thank God for law enforcement acting swiftly and doing everything that they could to save these victims of this immensely senseless crime. Nobody needs to be a part of that. And it appalls me that there are people in this world that seem to think that people are nothing more than objects and things to be sold and passed around. And I despise that.
I do too.
Few sick people out there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's no reason for it to be like that. Yeah, so thank God for law enforcement taking care of business and doing what they do best.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can't understand how some people could just be so evil.
Yeah.
Well, look, this is something that happens at pretty much every big convention, no matter where it is. They know that they get a lot of people together. They get them away from home. They're going to get customers for the goods they're selling. And the damn shame is the goods they're selling are human beings. And that is just sickening.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
bougie.
Yeah,
happened right at Comic-Con. Yeah, 100%, man. 6 scumbags. Yeah.
Yep.
One thing too for people to also help put a stop to that is to stop buying, to stop doing it. Once those 30 people see that they're not making money, then they start to go on to something else.
Yep. But enough about that.
Let's go on to some. Let's go on to the big news that had everybody pretty much talking this week.
Yeah.
And that is that Robert Downey Jr., one thing at San Diego Comic-Con, Robert Downey Jr. came out, there's all the Dr. Dooms, and then he took off the mask and it was revealed that RDJ will be playing Dr. Doom.
I'm excited about that. I mean, Immortal Iron Man. Hello, anybody? Dr. Doom?
Nice, yeah.
It's all part of the plan, and it's working, and I'm excited to see what he can do as Victor Von Doom. And it's a alternate universe too, so there you go.
Yeah. How about you?
I wonder if they'll scar him on this much or not. My interesting the take I love on Doom is some people have it where the mask is off where it's hideously scarred.
Yeah.
Right. I love the idea, and this has been floated by a few creators, that Doom may have like one little scar, one little imperfection.
He's so vain.
But he's so vain that he can't let anybody see his perfect face with that little imperfection. I think that is a brilliant psychosis of the character for him to have one little scar.
Gary, do you remember, Sonny? I don't know if you read this, but do you remember the story where Doom went to that alternate universe where that version of Doom and Reed became friends? It was Dr. Doom, the 12-issue mini or whatever it was. Max.
That sounds familiar.
And
I heard about, but I didn't read.
wiped out the whole universe with the nullifier just because of that, and because Doom had done reconstructive surgery on his face, and because he became friends with Reed Richards. Richard, don't get me started, buddy. Don't. It's a Wednesday. Come on. Oh, however, I did find something out that is atrocious, and I will admit when I'm wrong. But in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, guess who helped write that?
I saw Tim, and I thought of you. I saw all the names of the writers, and one was Zeb Wells.
Wells was one of the writers for the movie.
Wow.
And I gave that movie a 10 out of 10.
But you know what?
Love it. I loved
Who wrote
it.
the lines you didn't like?
There you go. He wrote all of the guy that didn't get a single speaking word.
Yeah.
What's his name? Buck? Is it? Yeah. Like no speaking lines, Buck.
Yeah, we'll stick with that. Yeah.
But yeah, so I saw it. I was able to avoid the spoilers, and we will not be giving spoilers.
We enjoyed it. I saw it. Matter of fact, I saw it last Thursday night when we were doing the Deadpool show. And I already had plans to go see it. And I saw it with Mike and Rob and Comic Logic folks at 10 o'clock at night, and we had a blast. Even though it was late for old people to stay up on a Thursday night, but we did. And
I got 4 hours of sleep that night. Didn't get home till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we had a good time and laughed our asses off and enjoyed it.
Bougie, I will take that. He wrote the credits 100%. Yes.
Well, you know what? The credits were a lot worse than usual, so maybe that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, done. Thank you, Bougie, for setting my mind at ease.
Real quick about Dr. Doom. I think that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Dr. Doom, and we're only going to see him actually playing for a few minutes, and then the rest is going to be someone else, wearing the mask.
There you go.
We'll still hear Robert Downey Jr.'s voice. It goes to the voiceover, but I
Right.
remember in The Mandalorian, that's not always Pedro Pascal.
It's Brendan Wayne.
Yep.
It's Brendan Wayne that's doing the work when the mask is on. That's him. And Pascal supposedly, is just in it briefly.
Now,
I think that'll kind of happen with Robert Downey Jr. too.
Do you guys know what his one condition was for him to come back in the MCU?
I have no idea.
It was for the Russo brothers to direct the next 2 Avengers movies.
Okay, that was it.
That was his condition.
Yep, he's like, I won't come back unless they do as well. Otherwise, forget it. So they got him.
Yes,
the
Russo brothers. Yeah.
The Russo brothers were going to do a Grimjack feature or a series, and then COVID killed it because Grimjack was a deep cut favorite of theirs from their childhood. And I'm like, that would have been so good. So good. And the clout that the Russos had, it would have been a good show.
It would have been amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But something else that's amazing, Sonny, Creature Commandos.
Yeah, so there was the trailer for Creature Commandos, and I was looking too. The voice is it does come out in December. Yeah, in December, it's set to come out, and it was the animated series of Creature Commandos. And I was quite a few of the voice actors and actresses, very talented ones. You got David Harbour will be in there. Frank Grillo will be Rick Flag Sr. Also, we got Anya Shalatra, I'm trying to pronounce her name right.
Yeah.
She was from The Witcher, and Indira Varma is in there. She was from Game of Thrones. That's where I remember her from. And then Viola Davis will be playing Amanda Waller again.
Now remember, all of these voice actors will play the live screen counterparts when they eventually show up at the DCU.
Okay, so that means David Harbour will be Frankenstein, and
the Bullet logo is back.
Yes,
too.
I love the DC
the logo.
Bullet.
Yes,
that is a big freaking deal. That is an iconic image, and to have the Bullet back is amazing.
Oh yeah, super excited about that. I got 2 dogs next to me that are clamoring for attention right now. That's why you can't see my hands.
I mean, they're excited too. Right?
They are.
Well, you know that does not explain every hand movement you do.
Don't worry about what this hand's doing or this hand. Just
listen.
focus
We
on
all
this.
know why you have to wear that brace on your hand.
That is true, ladies and gentlemen. I am left-handed, so
We're gonna have to get you with that every time.
I'm okay with that. If that's my wrist injury, yeah, I'll be all right with that. That means I know myself very well. So there you go.
It's good to love yourself.
That's right.
Listen, if you can't love yourself, who will?
I won't get colon cancer, so there you are.
I'm glad to hear it, right? We want you to be safe and good.
Wow.
And healthy. So there you go.
Oh, moving on.
Yes, moving on. Yeah. So what about those new series? You know, you guys gonna check out any of those comic books came out like TVA or West Coast Avengers?
No.
Or are you reading any of the Deadpool comics that, you know, because you're saying that in Deadpool it's gonna be suddenly his daughter will take over the mantle of Deadpool.
What's the West Coast Avengers? Is that going to be a animated series?
Ultron is in that.
It's what?
Ultron is on the team.
It's a comic
book
series.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not an animated. Gotcha.
It's his road to redemption. But we all
you know what? That just can't go well. I can't imagine a good Ultron. That's just not right. That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-mm.
So we can't have that. And I didn't see Wonder Man on that list, so we can't have a West Coast Avengers without one.
Right.
So, but I did see the last issue of Iron Man wrapped up and hinted at the West Coast Avengers would come back. So I saw that.
Yeah, he's in the Centurion armor for West Coast. Yeah.
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 And I think Rhodey will be in it too. Rhodey will be in it.
War Machine. Yeah. Sal says he's interested in the TVA and West Coast Avengers. TVA, Dan and I were talking about this the other day.
Tennessee Valley Authority?
Well, no, they're terrible.
Did they fight the CCC at the same time?
But the TVA reminds me of the Exiles. You remember that? That title?
I was seeing a lot of comments were saying that too. Like, you mean
Exiles
Exiles?
was a good series. The Exiles. That's
great.
when they could play with the alternate realities, and they did quite a bit. Yeah. Sabretooth was a leader on that team.
Yeah.
And was pretty much a good guy.
Spider-Man 2099 was in there for a good chunk of that too.
And that's where Blink was from.
Yeah. Morph even went on the team. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not too familiar with Exiles. I gotta have to check it out. You know, sounds good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Exiles is worth a read. The whole series.
Yes. I think it went about 100 issues.
I think so. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Bougie's hopeful for West Coast Avengers like the OG series. The OG series is great.
Oh yeah.
Yep, 102 issues sitting on the shelves over there. Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Girl or whoever.
Yeah.
No, I didn't check out Spider-Boy, so I missed out on that. I'm not going to check out Spider-Girl. I'll miss out on that too. And the new Deadpool character, I'll miss out on that as well.
Yeah, there's a lot, so it's hard to keep up with everything.
I only got so many ducats, ladies and gentlemen. I got to give it to what I want to read.
I don't have, even without the ducats, time is killing me. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know?
Time. Plus, there's so many variants of each comic. We're gonna have variants in a little bit from now.
Nope, you're right. She was from Age of Apocalypse, but she joined the Exiles team and hopped from universe to universe.
Yeah, right. That's not where she first appeared. So if I misspoke, but I meant she was a mainstay, and that's where she became really popular. As being a mainstay on the
And wasn't it the AOA Sabretooth as well?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but is there anything else you'd like to discuss from the news? I think we're
good.
I'm glad you mentioned the Bullet. That was a big deal.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest news.
And it's funny, the connection between Doom and Iron Man. My favorite Iron Man stories after Demon in the Bottle is probably the Doom Quest stories.
Yeah.
Where he and Doom were locked in Camelot, and I guess it was Iron Man 150 or 149 and 150. That were such good stories.
Yeah. And Robert Downey Jr. is such an amazing actor that he can do Victor Von Doom, I think, very, very well.
So I wonder, will he be Victor Von Doom, or will he be Iron Man Stark gone bad in another reality as Doom?
Ooh, that's a good question, because the Fantastic Four movie does take place in an alternate reality. So I think you're right.
Well, I don't know. I wonder.
Oh,
That would be a way to have see his face.
town
Yeah.
car named Hazel, my buddy Derek. He says, I'm kind of late in the conversation, but I think Roman Reigns would get his vote for Dr. Doom over Robert Downey Jr. For physical prowess, I can 100% see that. 100%.
Yeah, he's big. I'm sure we'll see Roman acting in movies pretty soon.
Oh
The
yeah.
tribal chief.
Yeah. And then Pam with the ever wise Iron Man 150 is such a classic face-off cover. 100%.
It's a face-off cover, and both of them are wearing masks.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Face off, mask on. Face off, mask on.
But it is. It's a great Clash cover. Great face-off cover.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right, guys. So now we move on to our works, and of course, Codex has a lot going on. But first, I'd like to talk about something that's a bit close to my heart, and that
I'm
is
going to throw that in the chat right now while you talk about it, Sonny.
Thank you
Is that
very
his
much.
aorta? Because that's close to your heart.
So it's probably there somewhere. But I will be doing a walk this Sunday for a walk to cure scleroderma. Scleroderma is a immune disease that my mother has. She's had it for 9 years. So I will be doing a walk. First time I'm doing any kind of walk, and it is to raise awareness for it. This is a disease that affects, like if you're, immune disease, or it's an immune disease. It does affect how blood flows through your body. And for instance, one thing is it gives a lot of people heartburn and GERD. So for instance, she has not slept flat for almost 10 years now. So she knew the movie Elephant Man. We've watched it, and in the movie he has to sleep up, and she said I can understand that because she has to sleep all the way up. So it does affect how you sleep. And she said, literally, she's like, if I was to sleep laying down, she's like, I would literally die from it because I can't breathe. So that is why this Sunday I will be walking for scleroderma, and I have a fundraiser going. That's why Tim has put it in the chat. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
That's what I will be doing on this weekend. But also, I've been doing some other things too. I finished writing my story of Dancing Jack. That is a spin-off of a character in another story that I have not released. So now that I've finished writing a story, I can get to focusing on more Codex things. I'll be doing an interview for Codex in a couple weeks. And also, too, I was at C2E2 a couple months ago, and I couldn't finish editing. So now I can really get back to editing, and I'll make sure that it's worth the wait, make it all nice and sparkly, and have everyone check out my time at C2E2. Watch out for Freddie Mercury. And yeah, so we've got a lot going on. But also, the Codex station has a lot going on. For instance, tomorrow, usually on Thursday, is Comic Character of the Week. So, guys, I don't even know who is the character. Let us know, who will you guys be focusing on tomorrow?
Characters.
Yeah, that's all.
Yes,
tell us about these fantastic characters.
Oh man, I've heard they're the world's greatest super team. If you read the press above their magazine,
the First Family.
There it is. Yes. So
yeah,
taking on the Fantastic Four. Any other characters coming up? Yes. Was that the first time you guys are doing a team, right?
Yes.
So the first.
So it's for the 75th show. So we're doing it big, and we're going to have the Fantastic Four. And I think we're talking now every 25 shows we'll do a team. So I know that I have put in my strong request for the 100th show to be certain team with the initials JLA. So that is my preference. I'm going to put all the weight I can behind it.
not the band of baddies.
Oh
no.
Now I know that episode 100. I think it's down to 2 teams, and JLA is one of them.
If it's not, I'm walking out. I will pull what I will put a big foot down on that and try to tip the scale. I'll tip the scale.
God. You'll power bomb it. Jump from the top ropes, do an atomic elbow.
The only team I would step aside for at 100 is JSA. as the only team.
So it's
that
either JLA or JSA. Right on.
Yep.
Okay. I will mark it down.
Yeah.
There is one other thing
good.
Codex is going to be doing that's coming up this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So 2 members of Codex, and I'm putting the link in the chat for you. We will be at FarleyCon. Wes and I will be there representing Codex, big banner with Codex on there and everything, selling comic books, meeting fans, talking to everybody. There's going to be some people there that I'm going to get autographs from. Larry Hamm is going to be there. I've got 3 books ready to get signed by him. Rick Leonardi's going to be there. I've got 2 books to get signed by him. John Beatty, the inker on Secret Wars, he's going to be there, and other creators as well. Plus, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You gonna get a haircut?
No.
How about if he pulls out the big scissors and offers it, would you let him cut your hair a little bit?
I will get a picture with him behind his table and me on the other side, so he can't reach to me.
You know, he uses those scissors, and he's really skilled with it. He's a practicing moil with those.
Sure, yeah, 100%.
He gives circumcisions with those.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, head down to FarleyCon. It's going to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in or near the area, come in, say hi, and we'd love to talk to you.
How far a drive is that for you, my friend?
Hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nope, not at all.
That's not bad.
Yep. And it'll be Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday, this Sunday. So the 3rd.
So 2 days there. So you and Wes cannot upset the populace on Saturday.
Nope.
So you can have one more day there before they run you out of town.
That's right. Yeah, we get Saturday and Sunday, and then we won't leave until 7:00 Sunday night.
So I'll be walking in the sun, and Tim, you'll be enjoying comic books.
There you go. The Chattanooga Choo Choo. You better believe it, Joe. Snoop, will I be manscaped? No, I will not. It's a veritable forest down there, sir.
Brutus can help you. Brutus can help you with that, with those big scissors we got.
All this hair ain't for nothing.
He might eliminate some beefcake with those.
There we go.
Yeah, Tim, be careful. If we're not here next week on the podcast, we'll know why.
Yeah.
You say if he's not here or not here?
If he's not on here.
Oh, play on words. I see. But yeah, Codex got a lot of cool stuff coming. We've got several characters for Comic Character of the Week already lined up. Comics Unleashed is going to be banger as usual. Gary, will miss you on Saturday, but you have got a much needed vacation coming.
Well, it's family. Yeah, we got a family obligation that got postponed last month.
Yeah,
we're taking care of it now. So it's a obligation, and I will enjoy it too. So my father-in-law has turned 90 this year and celebrating that long-lived life there, and he's in great shape and he's rocking it. But only bad thing is, traveling in August to places even hotter than this is not always good.
Well, hey, if you go down I-75 and you make it through Knoxville, let me know and I'll meet you on an exit ramp and shake your hand.
Well, I tell you what, are you driving? Because you're going to have to drive in the sky for us to make that work.
Then I will wave at you when you fly over Knoxville.
Yeah.
I think I saw him waving.
There he is right there. Flash your lights.
That's right. So, it takes a lot for me to leave the comic vault, but I've got people watching. They'll be locked and loaded, so nobody come in here.
Yes, Sal, Dan.
Sal, Dan. I've got armed individuals that will be here.
A bunch of booby traps ready for everybody.
Eternal says to reschedule the show for Saturday. Unfortunately, Eternal, we can't do that. The show has already been set up as upcoming, so there's no take back season.
Eternal, these guys, I don't know why you're trying to throw them shade. These guys started this. They started this. I'm the Johnny come lately. They were here written in rock and stone and carved into the mountainside long before I got on this joint.
You never come lately, Gary. You always come on time.
Oh, it's lately because it ain't premature. It's going.
This is terrible.
Yeah, it's when I'm good and ready.
Ladies,
are you ready for some insanity?
Yes,
Uncle Gary. Okay. Well, then we go on to Variant Insanity.
Oh, let me find Sal's beautiful intro.
Hit it.
Well, there's that disco we talked about.
Here we go.
Love it.
Okay. Variant Insanity. I got the news from Sal the Slab Guy. Well, I got the info from him. So would you guys like to take a guess as to which comic book has the most variants this week?
So Sal already told me what it is, but not the amount.
I told him not to tell you anymore. All right, Uncle Gary, would you like to take a guess? Last week it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with 187. So
That is just nuts. I don't know what independent came out that's going to do that this week, so I'm just going with mainstream and say X-Force won.
Okay, and Tim, you did say you do know.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody in the chat want to take a guess?
Anybody in the chat want to know? Yeah, let us know what you think the cover or the title with the highest number of variants is this week, and give us your numbers in there too.
I'll give you a countdown. The comic book with the most variants this week is
There we go.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour.
No, it was an
Number
How
one.
many of those does Jamie have?
He has them all. Would you
That's
like
a
to take
good
a guess as
question.
to how many there is? Both you guys can guess.
Listen, whoever's getting fisted, that's a whole lot. I'm just saying.
It's powerful.
Right. I mean, I don't even know if the Brown Lantern can take that much.
I'm gonna say 60 variants this week. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to say 44.
44. Anybody in the chat?
Bougie says FF with 15. And that's all we got so far.
Okay. Well, that was the closest. 15 is the closest, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour has 11 variant issues this week.
Oh, what a...
It's funny that 11 doesn't seem like much.
Yeah,
just 'cause you
11
could
is
last
not
week.
satisfying. Wow. After what was it last week? How many?
187. Jamie says he has 74 up to this point.
I believe it.
Well, that's
Oh my
good. Jamie
God.
only has 11 copies to get.
Go Power Rangers, you middle-aged Power Rangers. Rita Repulsa's going through the change of life, menopause.
I think that's one of the variant covers, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Hot Flash could be a F-lister. That could be a superhero, a superheroine. Hot Flash.
I wonder if there already is a character with that name. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more variants out there soon. I'm sure next week we'll be back up to the 20s and 30s. I don't know if we'll ever beat that 187.
I don't know.
Is that the all-time variant record?
On the show so far.
Okay, because that's a hell of a lot of variants for one single issue.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, we'll be back next week with another Variant Insanity. We'll see how many issues another comic book has next week. But now we move on to our random panel of the week.
Oh, let me find what that is. Hold on a second. Got to go to the bathroom.
Have to go pee, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Spider-Man says, Wade, there's no time for... And Deadpool says, dude, I haven't used the bathroom in 38 issues. That's just wrong.
Wow.
There you go. Finally, somebody has to use the bathroom. Trust me, I was thinking that when I was watching Deadpool and Wolverine. I was like, I better not have to go. I waited to use the restroom during the previews before. And somehow I made it through because, sometimes we got to use the bathroom.
I'm worried about the toilet paper that's hanging in that bathroom. It looks like it's sandpaper. Look at that. That doesn't look like that toilet paper those bears like to wipe their asses with.
That does not look healthy.
No, that looks like sandpaper.
Good thing Deadpool could heal because he's going to be damaged.
Well, there you go. He's trying to make his ass look like his face.
Oh,
at least he's just going to pee, though, right? So he shouldn't have to use that sandpaper toilet paper.
My Lord.
Wow. Sandblasted.
Oh, I'm done.
Not so much. If nobody has to take a pee break like Deadpool,
Toilet
humor. I know that's what we do. Well, you know what? Which comic characters would take the dumps that smell the worst? I got to say the Hulk.
I was just gonna say
Rhino.
the Blob.
The Blob.
Yeah.
Bar none, the Blob.
Listen.
Maybe Clayface.
Oh, well, how would you tell the difference?
That is also true.
Oh, you know what? Sasquatch can't be good.
Oh, Wendigo. Let's go.
Wendigo. Oh, yeah, with human body parts that hadn't fully
Lord.
digested.
Oh, Lord.
They're from Deadpool. Grofon, the Regurger, the one who threw up. That was like huge. Yeah.
We are sinking lower and lower. Wes.
Lockjaw probably doesn't have a good one.
Wes says the Blob.
Yeah, Blob.
Joe
Blob,
says Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah, Juggernaut's got to be
my
bad.
God. Wes.
Unstoppable.
Wait a minute. Joe says Puck.
a little rabbit, little raisins.
Wes says Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Man Thing, Swamp Thing, and Green too, right? It's gonna be green.
Bougie's got the cake right here since it is his birthday.
Okay.
Solomon Grundy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go. I agree. And it's gonna be chalk white too. It's gonna be chalk white. It's gonna be terrible.
Sal says Mystique.
You never know what's hers.
Sal, come on.
Well, sorry everybody. Sorry, Bougie, that we might have made you get sick and throw up on your birthday with all this talk.
Lois Lane. Why Lois Lane? I don't know. There's some fetish people that would be just okay with that.
God.
Yeah.
Look up the glass bottom boat, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and look that up. Enjoy.
I'm not so sure if I should.
Should they look at that in Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now you at least I ate before the show.
Oh, my Lord. What is
that? Old nasty times.
Oh, my
Thank goodness
God.
the podcast is the family-friendly show in the Codex lineup.
Oh, my Lord.
Ugh. You're gonna make me vomit, man. Hey, I gotta, we still got a little bit of the show left.
Oh, since we're talking vomit, which comic characters would have the nastiest vomit?
Oh man,
I'm done.
We'll save that for another show. But that was quite the response we got.
Right?
What a stupid tangent to go off.
Everybody's talking about toilet humor.
Everybody was in. Everybody was all in. Everybody had an answer. This is just the testament to our stupidity.
What just happened? Is this real life? Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Yes, it is. It's the real world.
Oh my God. What's next, Sonny?
Oh, but what is next?
Yes. Please save us from the toilet.
Yes, I'll have
move us from number 2 to number 3.
There we go.
I'll do a time to wipe everybody off.
There you go.
Clean, and then I'll ask you some questions because it's time for the second time we will be having right or wrong on the show. So last week was the first time we had it. Right or wrong, one of us hosts will say 5 statements, and everyone will just say right or wrong. And then after we go through all 5, could have a little bit of a discussion on it. So last week it was Tim. Today it will be me.
Yep.
So I will start us off with our 5 statements.
And remember, chat, you can respond to these too. There are no right or wrong answers. It's just how you feel.
Yes, feel free. Yeah, because I think a lot of people jumped in on it, and we love to see that. We love to see everybody jumping in on the chat, getting involved in the episode.
Oh,
so here we go. Right or wrong? I'll start us off. So my first one. Marvel should focus on animated shows more than live action ones.
Wrong.
I say right.
Okay.
2. The comic book industry is in trouble.
Right.
I say wrong.
Oh.
Wow, you are contrarian.
3. People focus too much on Marvel and DC.
Right.
4. AI will significantly damage the lives of artists, writers, inkers, etc., etc.
Right.
And number 5, I want for a little bit of fun. Superman needs to use more guns. Or Superman needs to use guns again.
Wrong.
Left. I mean, Superman needs. No, I'm gonna say wrong.
Wrong.
Oh
that was more of a funny
God.
one, yeah. How the image of Superman with the guns back in the old 90s, Superman, Hulk, everybody with their guns. But I'll throw it one for a little bit of fun. Superman doesn't need to.
Wow.
With the old days. But anybody, anything? I know there's a couple we were disagreeing on, or well, right and wrong on?
The Marvel focusing more on animated shows than live action. I say wrong because the live action movies are obviously great. Even their bad ones are awesome. And the live action TV shows, I haven't been disappointed in a single one yet. I would love to see Marvel get back into serious animation like DC was doing for a time and bring some of these storylines to life that might be a little more difficult to do. But that is a hope and a prayer.
So for me, what I say, I think they should focus more on the animated series. I look at the success of X-Men '97, and then I look at some of the live action shows like Agatha Harkness's show coming out,
Mhm.
and then you see sometimes I'm like, okay, I think they're putting up so many live action shows where I think people would be more excited for, let's say, Spider-Man the animated series coming back as opposed to the Agatha Harkness show.
Okay.
So that's
I
just
can see that.
in the comic book industry in trouble. I know like there's like little bits, but I think they'll be okay. I think with the movies, I think it will still all work out. But you guys, you guys work at comic shops and stuff. You guys see a bit more than I see. So I'm interested to see what you guys think about it. Why you say it is in trouble.
Gary, my answer will be quick. I think the industry is in trouble. There's entirely too many variants, too many new series coming out with carbon copies of already existing characters. I'd like to see more originality from the big two instead of putting out Spider-Boy and Spider-Girl and Sister Deadpool or whoever it is, and all that
Daughter Deadpool.
Daughter Deadpool. Focus on the legacy characters and make them rich and powerful and amazing, and create new wonderful characters for us to gravitate towards and enjoy.
I will co-sign on that. With the variant covers, let me say this. I know from what I see, variant covers help sales. I know I'm one of the idiots that helps us with those sales because I buy a lot of the damn variant covers. So, but I do think it does get a little bit ridiculous and it's too much. Recycling the same old ideas. I think that when we can tell a story, like Mike and I always say, tell us a story. Yep. With the new Dark Knights of Steel that DC has done, widely inventive miniseries, and now it's got a second version of it. I think it's really great. When we can tell stories using these characters that we love, but tell them out of continuity, I think we can tell much more entertaining stories because you don't have to color in the lines. You can color outside of the line when it's not bound to continuity. I think continuity kills a lot of the creative process. So I am happy that there are Elseworlds and things like that. And I am very encouraged that DC is bringing back, another JSA series.
Yes.
So hopefully this will be more on time. And look, the last issue of JSA I read, the last page was phenomenal because it's leading to another team that I very much love and was happy to see that last page. So that other team that appeared, I would love to see them again. So I think, Tim mentioned bring back some of these characters that have been well loved in the past. Bring them back. Bring these teams back. Bring these characters. There should always be a JSA. There should always be a JSK. And for the, in the future, we should always have the Legion. We should always have Legion of superhero stories. Bring back these characters with these legacy characters, and let's tell good stories with these. And then take our main Batman. There's a new Elseworlds where it's the Batman, the Kryptonian Age.
Yeah.
It's got 2 issues out. I've really enjoyed that so far. A lot. Just, go ahead and tell those stories that you can't tell in continuity, where you can make it fresher. And I understand that there's certain things you can't do with the main Bat titles or the main Superman titles, but I'm excited to see what the X books bring with the new creators. I'm really looking forward to seeing Gail Simone's book when it comes out. So, I have hope, but I just think it's stagnant. And I think what I worry about with the industry is that the people that are running Marvel and DC especially, that these are people that that there's a lot of corporate involved and less people running them that have love of the medium and of the characters. I think
Being more about money than about the
yeah,
art.
more about money. There's been speculation for a while now that DC might farm out their characters
I hope not.
to other publishers, and that the DC would retain all the merchandising and movie rights, because that's where the big money is on the characters. But there's been speculation for years that they would farm out their characters to other houses. So
Pam's with you, Gary, on Legion.
Yep. Pam, if you're getting the new JSA book, you're going to love the last page of it, of issue, I want to say 10, I think. You're going to love the last page of it. So get that book. And but yeah, I grew up, I love the Legion. Pam and I are, I believe, close to the same vintage. I'm sure that she is nowhere near as old and decrepit as I am, but she has knowledge of things that I have knowledge of in my formative years. And if she is a Legion fan, and speaking of Legion, I want to give a little bit of love on air to Mike Grill. I know he was in the hospital recently and has come out of the hospital, and I wish him well. I don't know the nature of what he was in for, but I know he had spent a couple weeks in there and that he's home now. Mike Grill when I first started reading Legion of Superheroes, he was the artist on it, and he was phenomenal. So Iron Mike Grill, love you, buddy. Hope you get back to health, and hope you're up and we can see you around. If we don't see you in Baltimore, I know it's because you're recovering. So God bless you, my friend.
Yeah. My name, Mike Grill, obviously extremely talented and was nice enough to grant the Codex Station an interview.
We had a great interview.
He put it on his site too, on his website. He put it up there.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, Dan Kelly and I got to interview him. I've met Mike quite a few times over the years, so it was great to catch up with him again and to have that interview. And he is a true prince of a man. I've got an original Warlord sketch hanging in my library that he did for me.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, but one thing though, not many people do care about like the Legion. We can kind of get rid of them. I'm just teasing you. I know you can. Just teasing you.
You say that in the safety of your house there.
Of course.
All the way up in Chicago.
Yeah. If he's sitting right here, he would say, "Oh, speaking of Chicago," and I know you look like I just finished watching all 3 seasons of The Bear. Loved it.
Nice. Yeah.
So
which episodes are you in, Sonny?
I'm trying to remember the names. I
wondered if you were in any of them, because I figured they had local actors in them.
A couple, I would have to point out to you, say I was right there. I was there, and then the 3rd season I was just standing. So you don't see me just standing, but stand-ins do make more money. And interesting. Speaking of The Bear, the first time I read Superman Speeding Bullets was on the set of season 1 of The Bear.
Oh,
nice.
So good memories with that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So now with that, we move on to the F list.
Oh, the F list.
I have no
I cut you off, Gary. I'm sorry. What were you?
No, I said I have no idea who this clown is. I saw the preview, the teaser of it. I have no idea who this one is.
Show him.
Okay, here we go.
Show Bobby Tisdell.
God almighty.
There's Deadpool. Yep.
What's he say, Sonny?
Yeah, Deadpool says, he says, "I'm Deadpool, baby." He says, "You're coming with me, Bobby the Blender Tisdell."
Oh my God. And then we got this one.
Yeah, now as you can see, it looks like Luke Cage punched in the face, and then you can see that turning into Bobby. Oh, you didn't have to do that. And Jessica Jones says, "Yeah, I did. What the?" And then she swears.
And somebody's in the window back there. I wonder who that could be.
Looks like he's getting ready to throw a punch, too.
Yeah. All right.
So there's not much on this character, but would any of you guys like to take a guess about old Bobby the Blender Tisdell?
Gary, I'll take this one.
Please do.
Okay. All right. So Bobby the Blender Tisdale used to work in a blender factory, and this blender factory was powered by radioactive waste from Area 51. one day when he went to work in Arkansas, the radioactive material was being transported, and as he was helping unload disgusting and drippy barrels, one happened to pour all over him, and he just so happened to be touching another person at the time, and it gave him the superpowers of being able to transform into whoever he wanted to, and he resorted to an instant life of crime after that, and always blamed blenders for his blunders.
Oh, I like that. Nice tagline.
Nice. Okay.
Am I close?
Would you like to add anything onto that, Uncle Gary, before I give the real history?
Well, yeah, I don't know how you can add that. Blenders for his blunders. I don't want to steal his thunder. That's all.
Perfectly put, Tim. All right. So, Bobby the Blender Tisdell. His real name is Robert, of course. This may come as a surprise. He's single, or should I say, was single because he's dead. Of course. Right?
Wow.
Yeah, he got his powers from Vetus, the Deadpool villain. So Vetus had given Bobby the power to shapeshift. That is why some of the pictures looks a little bit like that. And what did old Bobby do with his powers? Well, before I would say it, Bobby Tisdell was created by Mike Hawthorne, Jerry Duggan, and Brian Posehn, and appeared in Deadpool Volume 5.
Roy Thomas 11. Wasn't the editor for that, was he?
Oh, yeah, because you got to give him a lot of credit.
Right. You got to put his name first.
It does not say, if anybody's mad at me, blame Marvel.fandom, because it only says the 3. It does not mention.
I have to remind you of the House Roy story, why he's House Roy.
He's the last Blentarion from the planet Blendar.
Blendar. Oh, nice.
As, since Bobby's in one issue, that one Deadpool Volume 5, Issue 11, I said I can jump into this issue and check it out and talk about it. So, yes, after Bobby gets the power to shapeshift, Bobby decides to try to pick up women. And who does he try to get with? Jessica Jones.
Yeah, good luck.
So he shapeshifts into Luke Cage. However, he may look like Luke Cage, but he doesn't have the charm that he has. So he basically is like, hey, baby, let's stay in tonight, baby. Baby this and baby that. And Jessica Jones even says, that's way too many babies that I'm used to. She figures them out very fast. Deadpool's in the back afterwards, and that's why you could see why Jessica Jones punches old Bobby in the face.
Is that Deadpool in the background?
And that was Deadpool in the background.
Oh.
And that was why in one of the other pictures, Deadpool, referred to Bobby as the Blender. So Deadpool is after Bobby, and Bobby, the honorable man Bobby decides to shapeshift. One time shapeshifting into a Black Widow to say, hey, look, I'm being chased by Deadpool. And then even Daredevil gets involved. And Deadpool's like, no, just let me deal with this guy. It's a shapeshifter. And then Bobby, again, honorably decides to shapeshift into a cheerleader. If you show the main picture again, there we go. See, even the pom-poms. See? So Bobby turns into a cheerleader thinking, oh, no one's going to get it now. No one's going to get me. Deadpool still gets a hold of Bobby. And everyone's like, oh, he's attacking a woman. Deadpool's like, it's not what it looks like. And breaks Bobby.
Jeez.
Afterwards, did he puree him?
No, he just killed him, and that is it. And that was the end of Bobby.
Missed opportunity, Gary.
Yeah, he should have pureed him. There you go.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
so that's Bobby's only appearance, and Bobby dies.
That may be the best thing Deadpool ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody needs any more of Bobby Tisdell. Can Bobby get out of the F list? If they truly wanted to bring Bobby back, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of shapeshifters, so it's not a bad power, but, so they could really give Bobby more of a background if someone really wanted to. But for me, I don't really see why anyone would say, hey, let's take this character. But there are other great shapeshifters like Morph and Mystique, plenty of other greats. So why would you focus on this little loser, the Blender? So I say that Bobby the Blender Tisdell stays in the F list.
Bobby the Blender. I agree. 100% he's in the F list. He'll never get out.
That dude is so far under the F list. He's buried. He's buried. He's subterranean. That was loser. You got to pretend to be somebody else to get a gal, you piece of crap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got what was coming to him. in the form of Jessica Jones punching him in the face, and later Deadpool
Snapping his neck.
There you go.
Yeah, only lasting for one issue.
Wow, one issue too many.
I agree. One issue too many.
But you know what was one issue that was not one? Well, I would not say too many. Is the story we will be reviewing today. Everybody watching, it is time for our review of Superman Speeding Bullets.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, an Elseworlds title from the 90s. Look at that right there. And yes, McFarlane Toys did put out an action figure of that, which I have right over there. Credits.
Can I play with that action figure?
No, sir, you cannot.
I
Well,
promise I'll be
hopefully it's
good.
invulnerable.
I'll behave. I'll be good.
No. Gary, what'd you say?
Hopefully that action figure would be invulnerable if Sonny's playing with it.
As long as it stays over there. It has survived children under 10, so...
Yeah, but Sonny's a whole different story. He's kryptonite to
well,
action figures.
Yeah, exactly. But credit for Superman Speeding Bullets. J.M. DeMatteis is the writer. Eduardo Burrito is the pencils. Finding the creative team for the rest, like letters, colors, and inks, is incredibly difficult to do because it's not online anywhere, and it only shows the two there. So I will fill that information in the description when Jamie puts that in. But yeah,
Sounds good. So, Superman Speeding Bullets is an Elseworld story, and it is that sometimes a little wink can change everything. And who in this story, who was the one to find Superman? It was Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Waynes.
So the Waynes they took Superman in, and he became Bruce Wayne. They gave him the name of Bruce Wayne. They did not give birth to the Bruce Wayne Batman that we know and love. So Superman, I'll keep saying Superman, so not to confuse with Superman, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So I will still say Superman. So Superman is growing up with Thomas and Martha, and like Batman, deals with the tragic event of his parents getting mugged and killed in Crime Alley. But this was the time that Superman got to realize his powers. He was so angry that he shot the lasers, the beams out of his eyes.
Yeah.
But then years start to go by, and Alfred has raised him from here on out. But eventually, the city crimes all going on constantly, and eventually there's a robbery, and someone goes to hurt Alfred. And this is when Superman, again comes into his powers, and he, after what is going on, he does figure out. Alfred shows him, the Batcave, and he figures out who he is and his powers, and Superman Kal-El becomes Batman. And now there is a villain. Quite a few characters from Superman come to Gotham. One little thing can change everything. Even Lex Luthor is a bit different. He's gained a few LBs, and he had an accident that turns him into the Joker. And he is in my opinion, one of the most intimidating villains I think I've ever seen, to see Lex Luthor looking like the Joker.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll stop my run through. But I think, Tim, I said a couple of years ago, because this was a story you always mentioned, like, one day we got to review this, check it out. So I did, and I loved it when I first read it. And to be revisiting it this time, again, it is an amazing Elseworld story. I love it. I highly recommend it. I love the storytelling in it. I love the artwork. I love the colors. I love everything. I think it is an amazing one-shot Elseworld story. I even wouldn't mind seeing more if there was a continuance. I think the characters were great. Great to see Superman as Batman, and like I said, the Lex Luthor Joker I thought was a great surprise. I loved, like I said, how creepy he looked. So intimidating as Lex Luthor mixed with the Joker. I highly recommend this story. And I, Sonny Kruger, on the Codex Podcast with the Codex Station, give Superman Speeding Bullets 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Funny. All right.
High praise.
Yeah, this one is a fun story. I enjoy going over it again and again, and I'm sure again and again in the future. Uncle Gary, what did you think of this Superman Elseworld story?
Well, it was great, inventive story. I wonder though, It's been used quite a few times where somebody else finds Cal, like Red Sun, Justice League, the Nail.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I do not know the chronological order of what the first one was. So if this was the first time they used, if this was the first time they used that, then that elevates it even further because they created a whole.
I know this is earlier than Red Sun, and it's earlier than the Nail.
Okay, well then,
Yeah,
that elevates it even higher because it's getting it. You get for originality. You get points for that. So very cool story to have the the Bat family find him, though it's another woman named Martha that found him, though. So,
right.
So we still
Your
have
mom's
that.
name's Martha too?
That's right. So we got another Martha finding him. I like the fact that Joe Chill was not chilled after what little Cal did to him. So he was unchilled.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a great use of those powers manifestation. I like the art quite a bit. I like, that was a disturbing vision of Joker. I like adding. I like the aspect of Bruce Wayne buying the Gotham Gazette and hiring Perry White and Lois Lane. I thought that was a nice touch. So overall, I thought it was very entertaining. And like I say, if it's the first in the storyline to use that what if Superman was found by someone else, because I've always said the most important father in the DCU is Jonathan Kent for or parents, Martha and Jonathan, for here's the most powerful individual in the world, and thank goodness he was found by Kansas farmers who were salt of the earth people, because it would have been a mob boss's family in New York that had found
Right.
Yeah, super gangster then, right?
Or in Gotham, and you've got
Yep.
the powers of Superman and the anger of Batman.
Yep, exactly. So I like this quite a bit. Story and art was very solid, very solid. I give the art a solid 9 out of 10. I give the story I would give the story a 9 out of 10, but if it's the first one of this kind, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. So, and I think it was because, like I said, the originality factor there is, pretty high. So I think I give this story a solid out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10 for story and art total package. Very high score for me.
Wonderful.
Loved it. Yeah.
Now, Tim.
Yeah, so I got this book, not this particular copy, but when this first came out, I bought this off of the rack, and I fell in love with it. This is one of my top favorite stories, right up there with Marvel 1985 and Maximum Carnage and things like that. Hearts of Darkness. This is one of the titles that I read multiple times in a year because I love it so much. Uh, the For nostalgia's sake, J.M. DeMatteis wrote a beautiful story. It is absolutely fantastic. Eduardo Barreto's artwork, I mean, the cover alone speaks for itself. The homage to the classic Superman #1.
Yep.
And this has been homaged a million other times before, but this is incredibly unique. The artwork, the interior work, and here's that scene, Gary.
Yep.
Yeah, where Bruce Wayne, right? Kal-El loses it. And it's so wonderful. The story is dark, it's gritty, it's dangerous, it's sad. You get to see Batman with Superman's powers, and he shows no mercy. And I love it. But the thing is, with a story like this, and I love the uniqueness that they put on it. And I think this motif has kind of followed through a lot of other Elseworld stories, that no matter what happens, Kal-El, wherever he lands on Earth, will always become Superman.
Yep, some things are inevitable.
In one way, shape, or form, he will always become what he is destined to become, and that is a protector, the protector of the world, the protector of the common man, all of that stuff. So artwork, Eduardo Burrito, beautiful artwork. This is high stylized art for the 90s. It is incredibly good. I love this scene too, where he's rising with the bats and all of that stuff. It's amazing. Can you see them? Can you see my brothers? No, of course you can't, but I can. I can see things, hear things no one else can. I can spread my wings and fly through the shadows of the night. I know myself at last. That's on the back. Oh my God. Brings goosebumps. So writing, artwork, everything. This book, I think it's a no-brainer. Gets a very well-earned, enthusiastic 10 out of 10 for me.
Woo, look at that.
Yeah.
So all around, yeah, amazing scores. 10 out of 10 for me and Tim, and a 9.3 from Uncle Gary. So pretty safe to say we all love the story.
And
we
I'm
all
a tough
recommend you
grader.
check it out.
I'm a tough grader, I think, on some of these things. So yeah, so that's 9.3 is a really good score for me.
Yeah.
I like Lois Lane being his moral conscience.
Dude, yeah, through the whole thing.
Yep, telling him that you can do better. You're better than this.
Yeah.
You can do better than this, because he had some violent tendencies there.
What'd he do? Break some dude's hands? Like just grabbed him and just went like that, and it was done.
Well, and he
the
threw a dude,
through your head,
a mile through the air.
Yep.
And was gonna let the Lex Joker bounce.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. If you haven't read this, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend you pick it up. I own 4 copies. This is my reader copy. Whenever I see them, I pick them up. I'm gonna get
my
one.
quarter birthday was just a few days ago, and I still don't have a copy.
Oh, okay. Well, if you see one, Sonny, let me know and I'll buy it for you.
You're supposed to send it to me.
For his quarter birthday, he gets a quarter.
There you go. I'll give you one. The cover.
Yeah. I like how the bat symbol is kind of, the shaped like the
like the shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Love it. Yeah. There you go. I can't speak highly enough about this book.
It's a very good book. Very good Elseworlds book. But again, it's like Elseworlds, like these other tell us an interesting story. Spin the narrative. In the new Dark Knights of Steel series, Jonathan and Martha find another child that's kind of interesting.
Ooh.
It's not Superman. It's not Batman. They find another child. It looks like. So, yeah.
Yeah, Bougie, check it out, man. You are gonna love it.
Should be fairly affordable too. I don't think it's too expensive.
Oh yeah, you can find this in the dollar bins. That's where I found all of mine.
I wish my dollar bin was that good.
I think on eBay you might spend between 5 and 10 for something like this, and that should be included shipping. You shouldn't pay much more than that for this.
And because they're the hardbound cardstock, they should also be in decent shape.
Yeah, exactly. Readable shape, 100%.
So everyone check out Superman Speeding Bullets.
Yep.
And now we got some other things upcoming. Next week, we are set to have Dan Kelly on the show, and we will be reviewing New Warriors Forever Yesterday. But now it's time for my pick of what we'll be reading 2 weeks from now. And my pick, a little over a year ago, last summer, we read Deadpool, The Circle Chase. So now, this year, I'm picking Deadpool Volume 2, which is Deadpool the 4-issue miniseries.
Okay.
Is that the original 4-issue miniseries of Deadpool?
So the second one, the one after the Circle Chase. The one after the Circle Chase.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be 2 weeks from now.
Nice.
Very good.
So everyone, it's been a great episode. We've gone through a lot. We've gone through all our stuff, news and variant insanity, and we've gotten the random panel of the week, the F-lister, right or wrong, and of course we reviewed Superman Speeding Bullets. So now we could say goodbye. Take care. I'll let these two guys take care of all of the business and tell you about the socials and all that great stuff.
I'd feed it goodbye.
Yes.
That's the easiest thing.
There we go. Gary, we have got something, sir. I haven't heard you say this in a while, so please let everybody know what it is.
Here at the Codex Station, when you look at the host that you see in front of you, you can tell just by looking at us that we have all the socials. And we would love nothing better than to give them to you.
There you go. Truer words have never been spoken in a golden set of silver lips, ladies and gentlemen. At the Codex Station, your favorite social media platforms where we're live streaming right now. Please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. Once again, at the Codex Station, all your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. My name is Tim the Terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, down below is the beautifully talented curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair of comic books.
Woo!
Uncle Gary himself, and right next to me is the famous PDF award winner, the talented writer Sunno, otherwise known as Sonny Kruger. This is the Codex Podcast right here on the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next time. Our holes have been filled. Bye.
No more gaping.
No.